Every day, throughout the world, we use cellulose-based products. Do you want to know what cellulose is like? How it is produced? We invite you to live in the Montes del Plata experience. To learn who we are as part of this productive universe that brings together over 6,000 people throughout the country. Take a close look at this place. See the trees. Listen to the sound of the wind. Feel it in the movement of the canopy. Our forests are located in 13 departments throughout Uruguay. The trees contain the cellulose or fiber we process in our industrial complex in Colonia. Before they are planted, we develop a plan that takes into account productive, environmental, and social aspects. We find areas suitable for growing trees and those that can be put to other uses such as livestock, grazing, or conservation. Areas of natural or historical cultural value are managed through specific management plans. In average, 35% of our land is not planted. Let's go. Let's take a closer look at the activities in the plantations. In forestry, we prepare the soil and plant trees. This is done after each harvest as a way to renew this natural resource. After 10 years, the wood is ready to be harvested. This process is 100% mechanized using state-of-the-art equipment. Work is performed at a dynamic pace from the comfort of a cabin. Becoming proficient in this skill requires training and quite a lot of practice. Now, it's time to get to know our nursery. Here, we see our team of researchers working to get the most out of every tree and studying how to adapt them best to each climate and environment. This nursery prepares each seedling that will one day become part of a forest. It has the capacity to produce up to 20 million seedlings per year. It is an environmentally innovative nursery. Water is used, recovered, and reused here. Look up! The roof opens and closes in an automated way. Irrigation is also automated and programmed. This allows for efficient use of supplies and energy. Here comes a cart with seedlings. Everything has been designed to minimize physical strain and facilitate the work of the 200 people who work here. Let's enjoy this incredible place. We are passing through the Quehuay Native Forest, one of our conservation areas. In places like this, we reintroduce animal species that we breed in our biopark. We bring them here when they are ready to return to their habitat. We are in the department of Rio Negro, visiting the Bocekua Biopark. Here we take care of native endangered species, such as the peccary, the yacare, the margai. This is the coati area. Look, there goes one. The tamanduas are sunbathing. And look how curious the deer are. In addition to flora and fauna, we also take care of this historical treasure, the ruins of an old beef processing facility from the 19th century, which is part of the history of the Uruguayan meat industry. This place is fascinating. Watch how nature has assembled with the remains of the building, turning this place into a unique landscape. It is a site that holds many stories and hidden passages underground. We are moving through a palm grove. This is another of our conservation areas. Here we can see how our eucalyptus forests grow in harmony with the palm groves. In combination with our plantations, we also conserve native forests, wetlands, and pastures. They are places with great biodiversity that provide services to the entire ecosystem. Listen to how the bees are working in the forest. We are very close to the hives of several beekeepers. This is also Montes del Plata. Our plantations coexist alongside other types of production. This environment is ideal for bee farming as it provides a varied and always available food source for bees, as well as shelter and protection. Thanks to the sustainable management of our forests, beekeepers can guarantee the organic properties of the honey they produce. In addition to beekeepers, this productive environment also includes local herders who take advantage of the pastures that grow around the plantations to feed their livestock. We also generate alliances with farmers who want to plant our trees in their own fields, taking advantage of the shade and shelter of the forest for their livestock. Let's get on this truck to follow the timber's journey to the Montes del Plata industrial plant, where we produce cellulose pulp. He and other truckers are in charge of linking forestry and industrial production. This fleet of various outsourced companies is monitored from our transport center. We are entering the Bocekua logistics terminal to load the wood onto barges that will take it down the Uruguay River to our industrial complex in Colonia. With this bimodal combination of land and river transportation, we alleviate traffic on the roads. The capacity of each barge is equivalent to 170 trucks. From here, we have an excellent view of the logistics terminal. We can see the Uruguay River, the log yard, and the barge loading area. As we take the wood down the Uruguay River, let's take a break to enjoy this sunset. We arrived at the Montes del Plata industrial complex. This is the barge wharf, where we can see they are unloading the logs to start the production process. The wood is cut into small pieces, which we call chips, forming these yellow piles. Look, that's the digester, where the chips are cooked and the components of the wood are separated. The fibers are whitened to produce the cellulose pulp that is sold on the market. And the material that binds them together, called lignin, is used to produce energy. We make maximum use of raw materials, as well as water and chemical supplies, which are reintroduced into the process. We do everything in a sustainable way in a nearly closed cycle. We generate our own energy, reuse water as much as possible, and apply technology to achieve greater efficiency and make people's work safe. And we do all this while taking care of the environment where we are located. Let's continue with the pulp production process. We are in the laboratory. We came all the way here to take a closer look at cellulose pulp, the main material from which paper rolls, tissues, books, sheets, and boxes are made. Cellulose pulp is evenly spread on a screen to form a sheet as it dries. Here, we are in the drying area. We can see the sheet passing through the dryer, where it circulates for 1,500 meters to remove water. Once the sheets are cut, they are packed in bales and stored in our warehouse. Increasingly, cellulose is the basis for other materials, such as textiles and products in the pharmaceutical industry. This is the pulp warehouse, one of the largest warehouses in the country today, with an area of 30,000 square meters. This is our port, where every week a ship arrives from overseas and takes the products of our fields and industry to their destinations. We have reached the end of our journey through a productive environment that offers many opportunities. Where more than 6,500 Uruguayans work, contributing their talent, skills, and knowledge to bring our products to the world. Thanks for visiting us.